Good morning, boys and girls. So today I will be discussing 5.2b, comparing decimals to the thousandths. And what I want to go over, first of all, is the vocabulary. So the vocabulary, whenever you have questions about comparing decimals, you'll have, of course, compare, which statement is true, or which statement is not true. In which case, whenever it says it's not true, it's very important that you circle it, underline it, make it as bold as you can so that you can remember that whenever you look at your answers, you want the one that is not true. Okay, that's just when it says not true. All right, so our strategy is to do our place value chart. So I'm going to start by naming our place value chart. So you have your decimal, and the place right after the decimal is your tenths place. You gotta make sure that you say that THS, tenths. Then it goes into your hundredths. And then your thousandths. Your tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. And then in front you have your ones. And you have your tenths. Okay, so remember, I always tell you to think money. These are your $1 bills, your 10s, 20s. Tenths would be your dimes. Hundreds would be your pennies. And in money, we do not have thousandths. So, but that place value is still there, okay? All right, so for the sake of this video, I am gonna go over one of the do now questions, and it says based on the information which comparison is true, and it's number 4. Okay, so we're gonna start with A. So if I have to compare more than one answer choice, I always put my answer right here next to it, and then I put my numbers. So this one is 56 and 66 hundredths. And then we have 56 and 65 thousandths. If you notice, you always say the last place value. So in this case, my last place value was a 6. So I said the hundredths. In this case, my 5 was the last place value. So I have to say the thousandths. Okay. So now to compare, first of all, you got to fill in your place value. So since I don't have anything here and it's at the end, I can add a 0, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add a 0. And when you start comparing from your biggest place value. Your biggest place value is always to the left, all right? So my biggest place value is the tenths, and I look at both place values. I have both 5s, so they're the same, and I put a little check mark. Then I have 2 6s, they're both the same, so I put another little check mark. So then I move on to the next place value, my tenths. Then I have a 6 and a 0. Well, who's bigger, the 6 or the 0? Of course, the 6. So I gotta remember that the mouth of the alligator, that's what I call them, needs to be open to that 6. Okay? Now I'm gonna look at my answer choice. Is that alligator mouth open towards that 6? Well, no, it's not, so that's not my answer. Okay? So then I can go ahead and write in letter B. Using the same place value. Okay? So I have 56 and 65 thousandths, I'm sorry. And then you have 56 and 66 hundredths. Okay. And again, we start from the left-hand side, the tenths, and you look at your place values. They're all 5s. These are both 6s. Then I have a 0 and a 6. Who's bigger? Of course, my 6. So then the mouth of the alligator should be open towards the second number. Is it? It is not. Again, it is not. So then I'll move on to C. Now, my board is really little, so I'm going to have to erase some of these numbers. Okay, I'm going to have to erase both of them so I can fit in next two. Okay. Then I have 56 and 56 hundredths. And then I have 56 and 560 thousandths. And this one is telling me that 56 and 560 thousandths is greater than the top number. So I'm going to look at my numbers again. These are both 5s. These are both 6s. These are both 5s. These are both 6. Uh-oh. So then what should I have here? Well, then I should have a 0 here, which tells me that these are equal. No one's greater than the other one. They are equal. So my answer for C is also wrong because it says that one is greater than the other. So you can see. And now I'm going to do D. Now, just because it's your last answer, it doesn't mean that that is your answer. So you still have to prove your answer no matter what. So you got 56 and 56 hundredths. And then you got 56 and 560 thousandths. Again, you don't have anything right here at the back. So you can go ahead and add a 0 to start comparing. Alright, so I have 2 5s right here. They're the same. 2 6s for the ones, so they're the same. 5s for tenths, they're the same. 6s for hundredths, they're the same. And 0s for thousandths, they're the same. These are equal. Does my answer choice reflect that? Yes, yes it does. So my answer is D. Make sure that the number that is the biggest, the mouth opens up to it. Remember, I always tell you that if you're hungry, you're not going to eat the smallest hamburger. You're going to want to eat the biggest. So the mouth should always be open towards the biggest number. All right? I always make it a mouth, so I put in little teeth, right? Because you're going to be chomping away. Okay. All right. So, no matter if you think these are the easiest questions, please make sure to use your strategy because it takes away any error. So we always use our place value chart. Thank you so much for watching.